Hi everyone, welcome back to my greenhouse, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joe. So you're probably asking yourself, why is he holding this tiny little pot today? Well, this is all to do with today's story that I wanted to share with you in this short video. And it's a happy story, it's a story of a surprise, and it's a surprise that hopefully is ending well for a little group of tiny little cacti. So, what exactly happened? It was while I was recently repotting some of my cacti, and I was repotting some of my cacti from the genus Rebutia. It's a fantastic group of cacti, by the way, and after I'll share with you now what exactly happened as a surprise, I'll also give you a little bit of a summary, just a short summary of the genus Rebutia and some of the plants that I grow. They're a fantastic group of cacti to be growing, whether you're experienced, whether you're a beginner, it doesn't really matter. They are worthwhile growing in any collection because they've got some of the most amazing flowers and blooms that appear very early in the year in every cactus collection that they're grown in. This is interesting. I was just about to actually remove this Rebutia spegazziniana from its pot, and as I was looking inside the pot, close to the mother plant, there's a whole batch of little seedlings that have obviously germinated from seeds that fallen off the mother plant. So I'll be carefully removing these and keeping them, growing them separately as little seedlings. As I'm removing the plastic pot, I'm able to actually also get a better view, a better glimpse of these little seedlings that have been growing, presumably all summer, next to the mother plant. Beautiful little batch, nice little kindergarten. And here we go. Here's the whole batch of rescued little seedlings, that little kindergarten from the Rebutia spegazziniana mother plant pot, rescued and moved into their own little pot here, where they can now grow on their own. And no doubt they'll be looking forward to the warmer spring and summer months. And we'll see how they actually do in their own little pot here. I'll keep you updated. So here they are, my little kindergarten of Rebutia seedlings, and they're in their own little pot now. So I'm hoping that they will actually root relatively quickly. So now that they're in their own little pot and with quite a bit more space than they had before, I'm going to actually grow them in a shady, half shady location, bright but not full sun. And, hopefully they'll be doing well in the next weeks and months. Early birds with respect to flowering early in the year are Rebutias. Rebutias are really a wonderful family of cacti. They're from usually the higher mountains of Bolivia and Argentina. And they come with just wonderful flowers very early in the spring, very early in the growing season. And, they have shades of red, orange, like here on the left, Rebutia spegazziniana, from quite high altitude locations in Bolivia. up to 4,000-meter altitude, really quite amazing, in the Andes Mountains. And then on the right-hand side, the wonderful orange flowering Rebutia Valtteri. This one is originally from Argentina. And, just these plants are absolute thankful, flowering quite easily. They require I would say, quite standard cactus treatment with respect to relatively cool and dry winter dormancy location. So during the winter months, don't water or hardly water and keep them in a quite cool location. And then early in the spring, they'll reward you with beautiful flowers. So once you see the buds emerging on the side of the plants in early spring, then increase the watering doses a little bit. And during the main period of growth, during the summer, just, like you would with most other cacti, water quite nicely, but make sure that in between waterings, you actually allow the substrate to entirely dry out so that the plant, basically goes from a watering period, drying out maybe for a week or so, and then another watering, then dry out again, etc. So, don't let them stand around for longer periods in damp, wet soil. They will not appreciate that. Their roots will start to rot quite likely. So, as I say, give them that alternating of watering and dry phases during the main growing season, and they will really reward you, like I say, with beautiful bouquets of flowers. So Rebutia is some of my real favorites for pretty much any grower of cacti. Whether you're a novice, they're really quite easy to grow, relatively low maintenance, I would say, or whether you're a really experienced cactus geek, they will just fit into every collection, and they will just be amazing flowering cacti. So I hope you liked this little story that I really wanted to share with yourselves, because I thought it was fantastic. Some of the surprises that you come across as you're repotting your cacti. And, luckily there's also positive, funny, happy surprises like the one I just shared. It's not just surprises. The ones that you really want to be avoiding are surprises to do with, say, suddenly discovering pests in the pot on the roots of your cacti. Things like root mealybugs. Terrible. So I much prefer the type of surprise that I was able to share with you now. Anyway, that was today's story, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, obviously, it'd be fantastic if you clicked a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, that would be brilliant if you did. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you very soon again. And until then, happy growing!